Hi everybody, it's me, Chameleon Girl Gina, and welcome back to my channel. What I'm wanting to do today is show you guys my way of making the most money that you can possibly think about making at a garage/yard sale. So I'm gonna give you guys some steps to make the most money and have a very effective yard sale. Now, whenever I do yard sales and things like that, I typically can make the least amount that I've ever made at a yard sale was probably, I'm going to say $300. Now, to some people that would seem like, wow, that's a lot of money and you should be happy. I'm generally happier when I get into the thousands, however. So these are the steps that I take to make my big money at garage sale. First thing that I do is I plan it out and I'm real strategic. I also like to avoid having yard sales, garage sales, estate sales, moving sales, whatever you want to call it. I like to always plan real strategically, meaning do not have a sale when it is a holiday weekend. When you have a sale during a holiday weekend, you're taking the odds that most people do not want to take time to go around to yard sales. They want to do things like be with their family, cook food, you know, just chill, relax, stuff like that. So people who love garage sales, even they still won't come to your sales if you have them on holidays, okay? So that's step one. So after you figure out good dates, like for instance, I per se live in a military town. So with that being said, I know that most people get paid between, well, on the 1st and the 15th because it's more of a military-based town. So I like to take and do my garage sales then because we know that's when people have the most money and they're willing to spend it. And it's not just military, so, you know, just try to plan around big companies. Like if you don't live in a military type town or there's military installations around, try to find out from your friends, you know, if they work at big companies, when do they get paid? You know what I mean? Like there's cities where they have like factories and stuff like that. So, you know, if you have friends that work for factories or call centers or whatever, then you can find out when those type of people get paid. The next thing that you want to do is look around your house and hunt your garage down for anything that you have not used in 6 months to a year. If you haven't used these things within 6 months to a year, you're probably never going to get much use out of these items. So you want to do what? You want to make your money back so that you can buy new or whatever you're doing. If you don't have a lot of stuff that you want to sell, like me, I have built up a lot over time and things like that, what you can do is you can shop thrift stores on, I understand that thrift stores have sale days. So you can go to thrift stores or you can find ads in your local newspaper for, say for instance, a wash machine. You can buy that wash machine for $40 and you can turn around and resell it for $50 to $75. So I don't accept peanuts for my stuff because, you know, my stuff usually is in really good condition because I do shop a lot, and you guys may have noticed that by some of the content that I make for my channel. But neither here nor there, not everything necessarily works for you. So that's how you build up stuff to be able to sell. Not just big things, you know, it could be small things, but what people love to buy from garage sales, kids' clothes, toys, tools, appliances. They love accessories. They like makeup. It just depends on who your audience is, but most people, there's a buyer for everything, okay? Now, the next thing that you want to do after you have collected all the items, or you have to hunt through your garage like I did. I had to pay an organizer to come out here and help me figure out what I was keeping and what I was selling at a garage sale. Because I have huge sales. You know, I don't have very small, just a small little type of sale. But when you have a sale, make sure you're organized, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. So what you want to do is, like, for instance, I'm going to just move my camera to show you guys. All of the boxes that you're seeing are for my garage sale. So that means what had to happen is I had to put in a hell of a lot of work looking through every one of those boxes to determine what was for sale, what was for keep. And I came up with a whole lot of stuff that is for sale. The next thing that you want to do is, especially if you haven't used it in a certain amount of time or years, because that is a lot of the time the case. I mean, for me, it's like, oh, well, I know I'm just going to lose this 20 pounds and then I'm just going to be right back into this. Well, anyway, that's been 2 years ago and that didn't happen for me. With this garage sale that I'm hosting, I plan on probably bringing in, like, my goal is at least 2,000. Okay, and I believe that I can do that based on the type of things that I have and the way that I price. And I don't do a whole lot of negotiating. Another thing I always do at a garage sale is I always sell hot dogs and kebabs, just with the meat on them. I don't do anything fancy, add anything else on them. I get some inexpensive thighs, I marinate them, put them on a stick, grill them, and the thing about it is that no matter how cheap somebody may be, what does the cheapest person do? They eat. Under any circumstances, they're going to eat. They smell your charcoal grill or your gas grill or just something grilling, and it's for sale, they're probably going to buy it from you. Also, I like to set up a fresh squeeze, a lemonade stand with fresh squeezed lemonade for my kids to sell, because that way they feel included and they know how to hustle and get their money, you know what I'm saying? But the next thing that you want to do, you want to make sure that your signs are extremely colorful. Now, I like to make my own signs. You can always get some signs that have stakes on them, like such. And I'm going to be using both kinds to direct people over to me. It's a good idea to try to gather with your neighbors to have your garage sale. The reason why I say that is because the more people that are involved, the more people that you can lure to your neighborhood. So this goes along with advertising. You want to make some really, really good signs with the words being very clear as such. You want to make very good signs with your words being clear. I mean, clear to read and easy to read. Okay. The next thing that you want to do, now this maybe should be up under the first thing, but you want to take and spend a few dollars, like 10, to put an ad in what is called your local classified paper or thrifty nickel, not the regular newspaper. The reason why you don't put an ad in your regular newspaper is because newspapers cost, and this particular paper that everybody has in their city, mine is called Thrifty Nickel. Some people's are called American Classified, but they're free. What do people like the most? Free stuff. So people will grab those just out of nowhere, and you'll get better advertising out of that than to spend like upwards of $30 to advertise in your local paper. Papers have become expensive. Advertising for the regular newspaper is also expensive, but you can take that route. You just won't get as many people to your garage sale. I'm just saying. Okay, now outside of just being very, very organized and have your signs really, really bright, sometimes when people have garage sales or they're just looking for a garage sale and they're looking for signs, they don't know if these signs are current or if they're old signs. And another thing, make sure that you take down your signs when you are done with your sale. Never have a garage sale also on a Sunday. Sundays are no good for a garage sale. That's another very relaxed, laid-back day. Even big garage sale hunters, and they're called early birds, they'll come ring your doorbell at 6 o'clock in the morning for your sale if you advertise good enough. Although you may not want that, get up, get your money. You don't want to do it on a Sunday, ever. That's a no-no for me. For every sign that you put up, your signs need to go around your neighborhood. 1 mile parameter around your neighborhood to direct people over to your garage sale. You need to have the good advertisement. Another thing, don't sell yourself short. I mean, unless you just really want to get rid of it and you don't care like that, don't sell yourself short. If you have some items that are in real good condition, brand new, near new, what you want to do is make sure that the price is fair to you also, not just to the buyer. So the next step that you want to do is with your signs, every pole that you put them on, you want to make sure and get some helium balloons. If you put 10 signs up, then you need 10 helium balloons. Go over to the Dollar Tree, get you some helium balloons. Now, because my signs are flimsy, as you guys can see, there's an easy method to resolve that. This is just colorful paper, and I'm just going to take some cardboard and I'm going to glue it right to there so that it's not blowing like this and nobody can see. What are you talking about? I can't read what that says on there. But put a helium balloon on the sign, so it's floating, just like you're a used car, new car salesman, whatever. To make negotiating a little bit easier and not so much of that, I'll give you 10 cents for it. Yeah, I don't have them out here, but get the stickers that will tell you how much each item is, so that people are not trying to haggle you too much, because that's a waste of time. And the last part of this, as far as preparing yourself for a garage sale, is one of the last parts. I got maybe 2 more. But anyway, you want to prepare yourself to succeed. You want to just say it within you, like, I'm going to get this money. What I'm doing with my money is I'm going to buy some new furniture, I'll be honest. That's what I want to do. So I have little goals that I like to set. So if you have garment racks, this is a good idea. I purchased these for my garage sale. And I purchased some hangers, just the little inexpensive plastic ones, to put your items on. Make sure you have bags to look real professional. Put your people's stuff in the bag for them, unless they don't want a bag, and that's fine too. But make sure you look the part, because that's when people, they won't try to do too much negotiating and all that willing and dealing, try to hustle you, So look your part, be very confident. I have another garment rack back here. This is 64 inches. You don't have to purchase anything like that. Buying a lot of clothes, try to make sure that you put these clothes in order. If they're children's clothes, just at least have it in the children's category. Try not to sell things that are for winter when it's spring and summer. You want to sell winter stuff when you're going back to school, because this is where people go to get their kids' coats, jackets, pants, and stuff like that. In the summertime, people will still pick up a lot of your jeans. They will get light jackets, summer, spring. And of course, short sleeve shirts. Don't sell sweaters in the winter time. You know, you're just not going to make that kind of money off of selling stuff that is not in season. And I think that's the last thing that I want to tell you guys for now. But in the meantime, prepare yourself mentally to succeed and be prepared for a lot of work. Watch your merchandise, because people also steal from garage sales just like they'll steal from a store. Have several people manning the garage sales so that your merchandise, especially small items, are not, snatched up. And I know you guys would love to come to my garage sale and buy some of that stuff. Get it off my hands. But anyway, I'm just kidding. That's all I have for now. And I guess there'll probably be a part 2 on how to make big bucks at your garage sale.